All right, y'all. So first and foremost, I feel like I need to give a disclaimer for this video. I have this toy, right? This is plastic in my hand, right? Because I am in the beautiful city of Los Angeles at 1 in the morning at Venice Beach. So you have to work with me, you have to spare me. But I actually think that ties beautifully into our conversation today because I'm talking about consistency, discipline, putting one foot in front of the fucking other. Now, you see, I made a video. What am I hearing? He's dragging a trash can. Are you kidding me? Are you for real? He's literally dragging a trash can up Venice Beach boardwalk. I, I, I'm not even sure how to react to this because I think he's gonna stop at every trash can. Right, so this may have to be a quick video, but consistency, or maybe a location change. Maybe a location change would be smart for this, right? But consistency. You have to do it even when you don't feel like it, even when it's uncomfortable. You get what I'm saying? Like, even when you feel like things is kind of odd, you gotta move. Let's dip. Let's relocate for a second, because this is bullshit. All right, we relocated. Kinda. You feel me? We just had to move around. There was literally a dude dragging a trash can up up the boardwalk. But that's what I'm talking about. Consistency though. That was the core root of this message. You have to keep fucking going. And the thing about consistency is it has to come with a level of discipline. Obviously, right? Because you're gonna have moments where you don't want to do the shit. You're going to have moments where you're like, I'm not seeing the results from this shit. Like, for instance, I did content for 12 fucking years. Nothing worked. Like, you're gonna have those moments, but you wanna know something beautiful? The process of you being consistent, you learn so much. You adapt so much, and you learn along the way that actually expedites the process. Because if you weren't consistent, you would have had to learn certain lessons a little bit later. You would have had certain things in your life delayed. You know, even though consistency doesn't always feel the best, being consistent is usually the expediter to reaching certain things. Like when I tell you, when my content really blew up and everything like that, it was because I was posting every single day, right? And I told myself, instead of me sitting here being a consumer, I'm gonna be a producer. I'm tired of sitting here consuming other people's shit, watching other people's things, and nobody's necessarily getting the message out or talking about the things that I necessarily want to, or the perspectives that I want to share. Not, enough at least, right? So I took it upon my own hands, and I just said every single time I open up TikTok, I have to post something. Before I scroll and do anything else like that, I have to post something before the scroll on every platform. And that is crazy enough is what allowed my content to blow up. Sometimes you just have to get out your own way. We'll be getting in our own way, telling us, oh, this is too hard, it's too far away. Like certain things in your life it's just a couple weeks away. Certain things in your life could just be a couple months away, maybe a couple years away. But the process of you being consistent is what's going to actually allow it to manifest and unlock in your life. But when you're sitting there half stepping and you're doubting yourself, it makes it hard for you to achieve and do certain things in your life. There's a lot of shit going on. What is that? That's a Waymo? Yeah, it's a Waymo. How you doing? Cool. My fault. Always got to be aware of your surroundings. I feel like this is also like a little spiritual lesson for y'all too. If I'm being honest with you, even though this is kind of like off tangent from the consistency thing, you have to be okay walking through the fire. You have to be okay necessarily being a little bit uncomfortable, but doing the things that you know you can and that you know you want, while also being diligent. That also ties into consistency. I feel like that all comes from the same spirit almost. A very diligent, militant person is also a very disciplined, consistent person, because in order for him to withstand certain things and build himself or herself up to endure certain environments, they had to, for one, exit out the fear. And then on top of that, they had to consistently put themselves in those type of environments to realize that they're stronger than they think. And a lot of things aren't as dangerous or, let's say, a threat as we may perceive. You know, strengthening your spiritual discernment and strengthening your vessel and your emotional strength and your mindset will allow you to stay consistent. Because imagine if I came out here and I got scared about all the homeless people and all this other shit walking around this bitch, I would have got right back in my car and there wouldn't have been no content filmed. And that could have hindered the consistency. Because what if I didn't film content earlier today and I waited all day to film content right now, and then I got scared or I got in my way and I didn't do it? You can allow an outside adversity to stop your consistency. You can mess up your own path and your own divine blueprint by solely not paying attention to how powerful you are in the moment and why God is leading you to certain spaces, what is showing you, what is teaching you. You have to be a lot more receptive, and I actually believe that's what aids and helps consistency. Because when you're receptive to different energies, you're receptive to different things and things growing, being consistent is cool. You know, it's going to be hella daunting if you exit out the perspective of change and you try to be consistent at the same thing for 30 years and you see no results. Obviously, you're going to want to quit. The normal person's going to want to quit. But if you have that perspective of consistency, right? If you have that perspective of change, etc., you'll understand that, okay, in this next 30 years, something's gonna change. I'm gonna meet somebody, something might blow up, I might get a little bit more likes on this, that, you know, something, whatever the case may be. And you allow the process of being consistent to be fun because you don't put it in a box. That's something I feel like y'all have to remember too. Consistency doesn't have to be put in a box. Consistency isn't hard stepping 5 times a day, every single day. For sometimes it'd be okay, you posted one time, you posted one time today. The next day you might have posted 3. The next day after that you might have posted 2. Next day after that you might have posted 5. You get what I'm saying, but you're still being consistent because you're allowing life to happen. What happens if you only posted one time one day, but that same day you got the biggest blessing of your life and you didn't need to post the other 3 videos? Were you not consistent? Or were you just living life and allowing life to unfold, and as it went along, you played your cards and did what you needed to? You see, and I think that's what stops a lot of us from being disciplined and having routines, because we get lost in it and we think that that's the end all be all. If you be like, okay, I'm going to be consistent in my fitness, I'm going to be consistent in, you know, my health, but you go to the same gym for your whole life, doing the same push-ups, doing the same machines and everything like that, it's going to be kind of fucking hard for you to stay consistent. You're going to have to turn into a robot, and your emotions is going to make it difficult for you to keep doing that. But let's say it was like, you know, I want to be fit, I want to be healthy and everything like that. So one day I'm gonna go to the gym, next day I'm gonna go hiking, next I'm just gonna go for a walk and do something simple. The other one I'm gonna do yoga, and then 2 days after, for the next 2 days, I'm gonna go heavy in the gym. I'm gonna do one day upper body, next day lower body, or something like that. You're still being ultra consistent, but you're allowing the energy and the flow of life to happen. And it takes that daunting ass energy off hitting your goals because you're trying to put yourself in that fucking box. So, if you guys don't take anything from this video, be fucking consistent. Because that was the whole name of the video. Like, that was the whole point of this fucking video. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. It doesn't matter how you feel in the moment sometimes. It doesn't matter what's going on. If it's meant for you, go after it. And God is going to protect you and allow you to continue doing the things that you do. But you have to have that discernment and that mental strength to just be aware and know that there are adversities, that there are different spiritual energies around you that you have to be consciously and cognitively aware of so you can stay protected. You see, ignorance is a bliss. Nobody should be ignorant. You should be ultra aware of what's around you and then make the decision with the knowing that you are protected, not walking into situations blind, being aware of what you need to do on your path, knowing your 10 steps forward, looking as far ahead as you can so you aren't just making moves and being consistent at the wrong shit. Everything that I'm saying ties into one big bubble. You have to use your discernment and your vision and allow life to play out and fall into that flow. And I believe your life is gonna grow in a very positive and a, fuck it, I was gonna try rhyming, it just didn't. It didn't connect. I love y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.